Good morning, guys. Welcome to our morning moments. It is time for us to jump right into our morning Devo. If you haven't already, find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you haven't seen any of the other Devos that we've done, you can go to YouTube as well and find those links there. All of the links to each of those are in the bio. We are picking up with verse 1 of Nothing Else. I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I've just sing another song. Take me back to where it started. I opened up my heart to you. Lord, I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sing another song. So take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. But take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. Take me back to where we started. I think it is so cool how this song actually starts out with the chorus, which we covered that yesterday, which just talks about being in the presence of the Lord. And I think the beauty in that is sometimes, for me, I won't say for you, for me, I have to like let my guard down and swallow my pride. It takes me some time to say I'm sorry and apologize. I'll own that. So I love how the song kind of allows you to just relax and sit before it gets to that opening line of I'm sorry for just going through the motions. I'm sorry for just singing another song. Lord, take me back to where we started. I think about wanting to go back to something. You want to go back to something, especially a positive, joyful, life-giving moment and an experience. And as a dad and as the kids are getting older and man, they're growing up fast and you start seeing things and you're like, oh man, I remember these days, and some of those days like, oh, I wish I wasn't in those days, and then they pass, like, oh, I miss those days. Man, the twos, don't miss those too much. We have a 2-year-old now and he's really a teenager, and the beautiful thing that he does now is he's learning so much, and he likes to say, I try it. So if we're eating something, he's like, I try it, and he will not stop until you share it with him, and he gets so excited. No matter what it is, he gets so excited to try it. Even if he's had it 10,000 times, he's still excited as if it's the first time. When I think about that, I think my natural thing is, oh, he just is excited because I gave him the food or whatever he wanted. But it makes me want to, or this morning has revealed to me and made me want to look at that from a different angle and to say, wait a minute, what if his excitement is that he has whatever I had, but it's because he's sharing it with me, because we are partaking of it together, that it has that newness to it, and it gives him so much joy. That is how I know the Father sees us, and that is the place where I know I have not been in a while. I have not been in the place all the time. I get to, it gets routine, and I forget about being in the presence of the Lord and how amazing it is to have grace, to have forgiveness, to have someone who will love you unconditionally, who has sacrificed so much. It's just like this routine of life gets going in his heart to remember that and to just be in the presence of the Lord and to acknowledge his presence and to thank him and to also just be excited, going back to where it all started, that moment when I finally felt the chains fall as a teenager and gave my life to the Lord. It was like, whoa, this is weird but awesome. And then as I've grown to understand, this is amazing, and everything that I have experienced, and when I get to rejuvenate or I am rejuvenated or I am restored, it's like, wow, thank God. But the tension is, it's almost like when I don't think I need God or things are going a certain way, I forget where I started. There's a verse I want to share with you guys. It's verse, so found in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31 says, "So whatever you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do it all to the glory of God." The place where I love being personally is in a new, flexible environment. I'm totally open to spontaneous moments and things, and that's not a tension for me. But a lot of times, I can be in such a frank mode of just doing things and just going and then just going with the flow, and that being very comfortable for me, that I forget that the Lord may need some space to do his thing in what I'm doing and what I'm touching. Because I say that because in the end I'll see something happen and I'll just think, oh, that was so cool, that was so awesome, and I probably missed the moment where the Lord was working something so great that would have taken my experience in that moment to something greater. That's my tension as a person who is not lost into a lot of routine things. But then the other side to that may be for those who do get into routines, and there's a tension there where you're like, this is how it has to be, and this is what it's going to be, and before you know it, the routine is so in place, and things are just automatically happening, that you forget to celebrate, you forget to give thanks, and just be in that moment with joy, so that it is honoring God and not just, I'm doing this just to do it. I think about every time we eat, I use this a lot with kids when I'm coaching. The few teams I coach, and I just tell them, hey, when you woke up this morning, did you have to start crawling and then walk? And some of them say, especially the teenagers, oh, I crawled out of bed. But the reality is they didn't start over at the infant stage and then learn to walk all over again. And so I think the tension can be sometimes for us to forget the luxuries that we have. There are people who lose the ability to walk. They remember what it was like. There are people who don't have that ability at all. They may find themselves sometimes thinking, man, if I could walk, or I wish I could. It's this place where what we have on a consistent base, we can get so comfortable with, and we can forget about the importance of really celebrating and acknowledging something that we have that is greater than anything on this earth, and it is Jesus. When I think about having kids, when I think about the hard task of raising them, and sometimes just going in the craziness, especially in our house, there's frustrating moments, and I'll be very honest, sometimes it's hard with having kids. And I know many people who would give anything for my frustration to be theirs. So then I have to stop and think, wait a minute, Frank, these kids are a blessing. Yeah, your morning may not go the way you want, but get over yourself. Celebrate them, love them. Joy is contagious. Your negative attitude is just as contagious. You may be someone who you're heading into work right now, and you are sitting at work, or you're just dreading going to work because you are frustrated in the season that your work is in and how things are going. I want to say this to you. There's someone that would give anything to have a job to go to. There's someone who is nervous because they don't know if their job is going to come tomorrow. The greatest thing that I think we all have in common, though, is that we know that we have a Savior. And we should not be okay with just going through the motions, because there are people in this world who have no clue that they are loved, that they are fearfully and wonderfully made, that the hell that they're sitting in, the abusive relationship they're sitting in right now, the lifestyle that they have been forced into by being abducted as a child, like they're sitting in what we would say is a hell. And they're like, this is all I have, because they've yet to hear the goodness of God, or they've yet to step out of whatever is their hell or their misery. So I want to encourage us all today to find ourselves being okay with saying, God, I'm sorry for just going through the motions and just seeing this life that I have to be so hard on me, when actually it's a huge blessing. To be in the presence of the Lord is a huge blessing. And guess what? He's always there. We just have to acknowledge him. We just have to acknowledge his presence and allow him to partake in that moment with us. And just as my 2-year-old Easton says, I encourage you guys all to try it. Let's all just today try it. Let's try to find moments where we can go back to that childlike faith and that mindset of just saying, God, I love you. I love doing things with you and having you be a part of every moment of my day. 'Cause I'm sorry that I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry, Lord. When I just sing another song, take me back to where it started. I open up my heart to you. Lord, I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sing another song. Take me back to where it started. I open up my heart to you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And remember, today we're all gonna try it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed day.